So now I'm going to give a little backstory, a little history about Texas politics for people who may not be up to date. And I know many of my friends may have ideas and understanding about this, but basically Texas used to be Democrat, and then there was a switch that happened all over the country, and a lot of it became Republican. If you look at the electoral maps of especially the Texas House of Representatives, you'll see that there are still strongholds of Democrats in the cities, but most of the rest of the state is red Republican voting. What happened is that all over the counties where things switched Republican, any person who wanted influence in politics basically had to become Republican in order to make a difference. And the result is that there are many people who are involved in Texas politics who claim to be conservative and claim to be Republicans, who may be there for other reasons than actual values and convictions. They may be there for business reasons or just for status or influence. So how do you learn who is a real conservative in Texas? Well, really you have to start watching closely, especially what the legislature does. I learned by following issues and by following certain podcasts and activists around the state. And then you'll start to see how the Republican-led legislature in Texas is really inadequate in what they do. Even though they have a majority in the House, in the Senate, and in the governor's mansion, they manage to do the minimum of what would be conservative legislation. And even when they pass conservative legislation, if you are really following an issue, you'll learn that what they do is actually an inadequate solution to what they are trying to address. For example, my issue, abortion, they pass abortion bans that are not effective, that still give permission for mothers to murder their babies instead of the full abolition of abortion. They did something a couple years ago where they made it illegal to trans your kid before age 18, but it's not child abuse, and the law that would have made it child abuse has been neglected. Same thing happens with property taxes. Partial measures that are supposed to give property tax relief, but actually don't solve the problem. And if you are a homeowner in Texas, you know that with your paycheck, with your paycheck and with your property tax bill. So what there is as a result is that there are activists and grassroots people like me and the people I've learned from who really follow issues and really know who are the real conservatives, and they build relationships with the officials and candidates that are really representing those values. So then on the other side, there's the establishment people, and it's not always black and white. You may disagree with somebody on one thing, but agree with them on another, of course. But in general, you can usually trace it out pretty well who is the establishment, who is more in bed with lobbyists, with big business, with wanting to have influence and status in the in-group of whatever body they're in, the Senate or the House, or even at the county level. And they will claim to have conservative values, but if you watch them, you will see that they don't follow through.